How are you feeling after a week or so, I guess, of training?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel great. It's amazing to get back into it. Work with Yusuf, work with all the staff. Every day, kind of started preseason, so working on a lot of positioning, a lot of handling, a lot of footwork. So it's been good to get back into it.
Did you have a sense that Max leaving was coming, or did it surprise you like it did the rest of us?
Um, I think in the position I was in, you always prepare if something like that would happen. So you want to say like that's in the back of your mind for the last 3 years, but of course you never expected something like that to happen, and you don't know when it will.
So you didn't have any conversations with him or anything. You weren't aware of it. You weren't aware that this was coming. It just happened.
There's like conversations here and there, but in football it happens every week, so nothing out of the ordinary.
And I know people say, "Oh, you have to prepare like you're going to be the starter or whatever." But is that easy to do, or is it tough?
No, it's the hardest thing in the world. To prepare every week like you can play, like you can start, and of course you see how many games happen. Move doesn't usually happen, injuries don't usually happen, but you just have to prepare like it will. And then one out of those 90 games it happens, And if you're not ready for that one, then you miss your opportunity. You don't get another one. So that's the hardest thing in the world, preparing like that, knowing that it probably won't happen, but you still have to.
I mean, obviously, teams want competition at all the positions. So are you? You've got guys that are already here, but are you prepared for someone else to come in and compete for your job?
Of course, of course. It's what you expect. I think every team in the league has a number of goalkeepers that are able to play in the league and that the team would trust. At the same time, it doesn't really change what I have to do. I come into training every day. I work as hard as I can. I focus on what I have to do personally, myself, and if someone else comes, it doesn't change anything.
I watch a lot of soccer, and I just feel like the level of goalkeeping in this era is gone way up, like at all levels. Like the goalies are really really good. What do you attribute that to?
Yeah, I think over the years, training has changed. I think the way we as goalkeepers look at the game and goalkeeper coaches, the way they analyze games has really changed, and we're becoming more kind of centered on what we got to do. It's not like back, I don't know, guys say, I wasn't there obviously, but 40 years ago, where guys are just diving all over the place, hitting the ground as much as they can. Now it's kind of focused on what we do in games, because in games, we have maybe one or two shots every 10 minutes. It's not going 100 miles an hour all the time. So we've adjusted training to kind of prepare us best for games rather than just working as hard as we can and calling it a day. We work hard at the stuff that will help us in the games. And I think that's kind of been the biggest difference.
And I know it's only been a week, but are people starting to think let's see some different faces coming at me here? Get some games going. You always
Like,
always
yeah,
anxious to play
of
games.
course, yeah. We had a little bit of kind of like a half an hour game on the weekend, and it was great to be kind of getting back into it. But of course, the guys are excited to be playing someone else other than our own team. It was competitive, and it always will be between us for sure, coming into the locker room. But it's great to see another team and compete as brothers against them.